Welcome to another Scattered Groves draft. We're doing a Time Spiral Remastered draft. I'm just going to check this real quick, make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, we should be good. So, I did play a lot of Time Spiral back in the day. I got back into Magic when Time Spiral came out. I started, I think, with Ice Age-ish. I got out when I went to college, got back. So in this pack, Team Ascendancy is not really a card you want. It's really hard to get fixing for 3 colors in this set. Life Limit is fine if you're really into Saplings. Um, Lenoir Mentor is okay. It's a Nablus Madness Enabler. You make guys for ramping, not the best. Tysis can destroy creatures, but it's very risky, very expensive. Dork Bailoff is a good early drop because it suspends for 1. 4C is also good, scries 4 and draws 2. Strangle Sword is also good. So hopefully one of these two wheels. We also take a Grave Scrappler. But we're running out of time, so I'm going to take a Slave. That's a really good card. Steals a creature and deals damage to your opponent. So in this pack, Common Man, it's fine. Flashback card. Angel's Grace isn't really one we want here. Stormfront Riders could be good. Returns creatures to your hand. You have to return 2 and you get 2 1/1s out of it. It's a flying 5 mana 4/3, so that's pretty decent. Think Twice is good as well. If I want to be in the Saplings, this guy's uncommon. Can add mana, so it's fine. If I had to spoil off Ancient, I want to go that route. I could go to Think Twice if I want to stay a more controlish deck, or Stormfront Riders. I think I'll go Think Twice. Though the Ancient is really good as well. Green, black. I think Twice is enough to not worry about that. I'm going to take this Ancient, I think. Trumpet of Main is really good, but Coalition Relic, I think, is what we want here. It ramps and fixes. Trumpet of Main is also super powerful as well. Has domain, so all your creatures get +1/+1 for each land type and trample. So if you have at least 3 lands, ideal 3 land types. I've seen people splash just basic lands to make this better as well. Other good cards in this pack is Gemhide Sliver. There's code red cards here with Riddle of Lightning, and Riftbolt. And Primax Lens is also a good fixer. And we wouldn't mind this Tendrils Wheeling as well. But Coalition Relic is fixing in ramp. Speaking of things to ramp to, Harmonize is really good. Drawing 3 cards. Green Black could have issues with that. Other good cards wouldn't mind Wheeling. Gemhide Sliver again. Gorgon Recluse is pretty decent. This is just filler. Also note there is another Riddle of Lightning here. Whipspine Drake is good in a white deck, not necessarily a blue deck. It does flip for cheaper. And Momentary Blink, you can get that deck. But this is the card we want here. It fits in our deck perfectly. Drawing cards, ramping up big. Phantom Worm is not as good as you would think. It is a beefy creature, but the problem is it's just a beefy creature. It doesn't do much besides being a beefy creature, and there's so many Saplings in the set that can easily block it and cut it down in size. So of all the cards here, though, actually Ntuku Shaman is a decent card. So it suspends for 4, so that's with 1 suspend counter. So you pay 4, exile it with a suspend counter on it, and then in the next turn it'll come into play with haste, and his ability is if you comes into play and no lands are tapped, you draw a card. So it's kind of like drawing a card. You can also play it for 3. And nothing else in this pack really is exciting. So I'm going to take this Tuku Shaman. I'm a fan of that. It also bounces well if you have any bounce effects. Return to your hand, you spend it again. So for just 1 additional mana, it does things. Okay, in this pack, I like Everflowing Chalice. That is a good card. I'm probably going to take that. Joda's Avenger is pretty good. It's a kind of a time shift of another card I think that was colorless. This one gives a choice of double strike, protection from red, vigilance, or shadow. So it's really good. It costs 6 though. That's the only downside of it. Glittering Wish is okay if you're really in sideboard stuff. Grave Scholar is fine as well. I'm going to take this Everflowing Chalice though. Seems like a cool card. You can play it for 2 or play it for more. Things in this pack. There is a 4C. We're not definitely in black yet. So 4C is a good card here. It's also a June Rider Outlaw, which could fit in our black theme a little more. So I think we can get a 4C on a wheel if you really want one. Muck Drub is also fine. Can change targets, but it's only a 3/3, so a lot of the targets aren't that big anyway, and not too many pump your own creature effects here. So it's actually not that good unless you're heavy at Madness. So I'm going to take this Dune Rider Outlaw though. Okay, we got a Gorgon Recluse. Additionally, Chromatic Star, you can just splash as well. There's also a Scrib Ranger here. Flying, Pro Blue. You return a force to your hand to untap a creature. There is a he's a 1-mana elf that does that from Visions, I believe. That return a card to untap a creature. So it was a combo with that with a different set, or a different card from this set. So it's either this for a pro blue flyer, or this Recluse. I'm going to take this. I think we can get a Recluse on the wheel if we really want one badly. Okay, so what wheeled for us? A Grape Scrabbler. Search for Tomorrow if we really want to go into the fixing. And just a 2/2 reach, which is decent. We can also get 4C if we want to possibly splash. We don't have any Madness enablers yet, so this only works with Madness to have its effect. Otherwise, it's just a 2/2 for 4, which is not very good power, not a very good deal. We have a Harmonize already, so I don't know if we need a 4C. Take a Search for Tomorrow. That might help us here. So I'll take a Search. So from this pack, Think Twice is not really what we want. We could play this. I'll take it. I'm not sure if we'll play it. It's a 4/1. Hellbent. It means you have no cards in your hand. It has Shadow. It's very easy to kill, but if it has Shadow, it's very hard to block. There's not as many Shadow in this set as there was Tendrils wield. This card's fine as well. Suspends for 1 black. It's 5 suspend, as Fear. But Tendrils is a good removal spell, so I'll take that. For this, I'll take a Massive Ghouls. I don't think I'll play it though. I'll take it though. Guess I can rearrange this. There's another Massive Ghouls. I could side them in if I really wanted to. I'm not a big fan of any of those. I was getting at this guy. I could take this. I could play it. So it has Vanishing 3, so after 3 turns, or 3 upkeeps, it'll die, but then you get a 6/1 with Shroud. Flicker Risk. This is a really cool card. But it's double white, so we can't really play that too consistently. But it is neat, and it is foil, so it could be worth money on Magic Online. I'm not really going for that though. Prize Amalgam, not the best in this format, but good. There's another Sporloff Ancient in this pack, and nothing really else. Minions Murmur would be fine as well, but I'll take a Sporloff Ancient. In this pack, I like Assassinate. Destroys a tapped creature. There's also another 4C here. Cloud Key is worth money in paper, which is probably not as much now. It just makes a spell type cost cheap, less for you. There's also a Stronghold Rats, which is a good shadow card, but if it does hit, each player discards, so you will be hellbent quickly. So if it wheels, we'll play it, but Assassinate, some decent removal, I'll take that. I usually leave this spot for land if you're wondering why I separate this way. And also put this guy under a 4. I'm going to play it as 4 most of the time. Oh, going back to the Scrib Ranger, it was Spectral Force, I think, or Spectral something, which is an 8/8 that didn't untap unless your opponent had a black permanent after it attacked, or after it was tapped or attacked. But you could pay, you could just return a forest to untap it, so you have a constantly 8/8 going. So in this pack, neither Reliquary, not the best on the splash. There's a Genheim Sliver here, which is fine, goes with our kind of a ramp theme. Cyril Woodreaders, it seems inconspicuous, but for 6 mana you draw 2, so that's pretty good. There's also Terramorphic Expanse if you're going to that route, and a Bound in Silence, which just is a pacifism, or creature can't attack or block. I'm going to go to Gemheim. We're going to ramp into something. It could just be Enslave, but if we can get something big here, that'd be nice to ramp into. Dark Withering is a good card. It's also a Dusk Wasp, Giant Dusk Wasp. It's just a 3/3 flyer, which is spend 4. It's a green flyer, which is very rare. This just kills a non-black creature for 6, but you can Madness it for 1 black. So if you get any Madness enablers, that'd be fine. It's also a Dried Arbor. It's just a 1/1 creature that's also a forest. And this 2/1 Death Touch Reach guy, which is decent, so I wouldn't mind wheeling that, but can't pass up on removal. Alright, things in this pack is a Premature Burial. Destroy target non-black creature that entered the battlefield since your last turn. It's kind of conditional removal, but it kills a lot of different things. Otherwise, Spell Burst, but that's really hard to splash. But just a buyback counterspell, and it's not the best because it's very expensive. It starts at 4 to buyback, then counter something. Utopia Vow is kind of a pacifism, so I wouldn't mind that wheeling. There's also a Deep Cavern Imp here. We have a couple cards I think it works with. So far, just Dark Withering. Kind of works with this. Could return a land to your hand if you really want to. It's up to this Deep Cavern Imp with this Premature Barrel. I'm going to take the Premature Barrel here. Just a possible removal spell. It's a Mortify. There's also another Tendrils and a Spider. I don't think we want a second Tendrils. I think we're doing good on removal, but the Spider is decent. It's Penumbra. So there was a set, I want to say Apocalypse maybe. Penumbra creatures, when they die, they get a black copy of that creature, a black token. So this is a 2/2 or 2/4 reach spider. When it dies, you get a 2/4 reach spider. Mortify would be okay if we're playing those colors. This Elder is fine with the Saplings, but we're not really a Saplings heavy deck. And I really like this Tendrils to wheel, but 1, 2, 3-ish cards. I might play the Benelish Commander if it wheels, but okay. So there's another Dark Withering here, so I'll take that. Extra Jailer isn't really what we want. It just makes cards in graveyards not work, which is good in Modern, but nothing else. Paradise Plume is just a mana fixer, but he can also gain life. Not the best, but I'll take another Dark Withering. Now we're looking for discard enablers, and Stronghold Rats seems like a really good one for that. So we have, I think, 2 cards that work with it. Mind Stab is okay, and Pit Keeper is a 2/1 that could get a creature back from your graveyard. But the Stronghold Rat's decent. It could be hard to block as well. Here is your Mind Stab if you really want it. Deals 13 damage. That was a big deal back then. Mind Stab or this Chromatic Star, just as a possible. If we splash something. Nothing much for us in this pack. Do I really care about any of these cards? I don't think so. Let's take a Sting Scourger. There's a 4C. I'll take a 4C. Dormant Sliver could be fine against the Sliver deck to splash that. So I'm either a possible splash card or a 4C, which we could play as well. So I'll take the 4C and another 4C. But I'm going to take this Archer. We have once 4C, Harmonize. Don't need another one. But Archer is really good. Here's a Spell Burst. I could side that in if really we want to. Alright, nothing weird out of the pack. And a Logic Knot. I don't like the new art for Logic Knot. I prefer the old art. It's fine, but I just like the old art. Then Tabadrake. 2/1 Flying Haste for 1 mana. Sounds really cool, but the Echo is 3. So you can't really play this until turn 3 or 4 to get any value out of it. Well, this is awkward. Another Everflowing Chalice. I don't think I need 2 Everflowing Chalices in this deck. And Chronicler could be a card. We could display this as well. I don't know if we want that or this Gorgon Recluse, which works a little bit better with my deck. It's also a giant Dusk Wasp. I think that might be the pick. Yeah, I'll take this giant Dusk Wasp. Don't think I'm playing this or this right now. I might not be playing this Search either. Gives up some space for something else. I just like to have a couple 2-drops here to actually do something on turn 2. This Deadly Grub could also get cut. Not a big fan of that card. Venser, that's a really good card. I do like Venser. I like this Dryad as well. More ramping, if you want that. There's also a Deep Cavern Imp here. We want that. I think I'm going to take this Dryad. There's also another Dusk Wasp. Venser is also a very good card as well. Outcome's not really what I want. So this Dryad is Force Walk for 2/1 for 3. Comes into play, you can make any player search their library for a forest from your deck and put it into play. So the gimmick behind this is you can give your opponent a forest and you can Force Walk, which means it can't be blocked if your opponent has a forest, and it becomes unblockable. Or you can use it to ramp yourself. 9 times out of 10, use it to ramp yourself. But if you get in late game, you don't really need the ramp. You could give your opponent a forest to get some unblockable damage in, but it's also very easy to kill. So it's a payoff of possible unblockable, give your opponent a land, or ramp yourself. Alright, from this pack, there's another Dark Withering. So I might take that, just another Dark Withering. We have enough ramp going on. Stronghold Rats right now is our only real discard outlet. But we have some decent ramp. How many creature removal spells is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creature removal spells. Should I go for a 6th one? The other option is a Silversmith as a discard outlet. But I'll take another Dark Withering. I think it's a little bit better. This Trespasser Ilvec would be ideal to wheel. So there's the Tromp. That might be what we want. I'll put this over here too, and this over there. Just see where we're sitting. 12 creatures. I don't know if that's enough creatures. Actually, it sounds bad. I don't think we have the creature base to be a Tromp deck. So I'm going to take this Urza's Factory, and we'll see if Tromp wheels. If I'm making all this mana, I want to do something with it. Alright, so there's another Harmonize. I guess the Harmonize, put it over in this pile. I need more creatures, but I will take another Harmonize. Why not? I have some creatures on the sideboard. Alright, so Deep Cavern Imp, or there's a Myraboa, which is a Swamp Walk creature. 2, 3. So 2/2 flyer that gives me some chance. It's also Strangling Soot. I don't think I need another removal spell. I'll take this Myraboa. I mean, fair, another. Really? I'm going to take it, but I'm not happy about it. So I guess we don't have as much ramp as I think anymore. 1, 2, 4 ramp spells. I don't know if I'll play 2 Harmonizes. Probably won't play 4 Dark Witherings. I could side it in. Opponent's playing big stuff. Ickerslick. Well, I definitely want to take Ickerslick. That is a good card. It cycles and... oh, there we go. That's a perfect card for my deck. I'll take this. Ickerslick gives a creature -3/-3. You can cycle it to pay 2 to discard it, draw a card, but then you can madness it to pay 4 and cast it if it's discarded. Yeah, probably won't play that. I could play that as a Madness Enabler, though. Ooh, that's a good card. Okay. I'll keep that. Probably won't play this guy now. I'll side that guy in if I'm playing green. Playing against green, I think. Yep. If I'm playing against somebody with graveyard shenanigans. That's another Madness Enabler. I could play that if I really needed to. I didn't get any artifact destruction, unfortunately. I don't think I did. No. It's another discard outlet if I really want it. I have, I think, 3 discard outlet things, so it's not too bad. I might cut out Harmonize from this deck. Or this Tendrils of Corruption. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut Tendrils, actually. I think I'm good on kill spells. I'll side it in if the opponent is very aggressive, obviously. Keep that in. Maybe one more card. Like this. My Madness card. I think Premature Burial, maybe. I guess it's good against early creatures. Looks like Assassinate. Yeah, I'm gonna cut a harmonize, I think. One harmonize, some other value going on. Could be fine, I think. It could be a bad call. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong or how you would do it. 8 and 8 should be fine. Other options, I could put mentor in. I could put this guy in. Harmonize. Have a dark withering as well. Tendrils for additional removal. This outrider playing against green. Also a search for tomorrow. So these are all the other options I could put in this deck as well. I think I like the Chalice to play it on 2. Get to my Dark Witherings and my expensive stuff. If I am not able to Madness them, I have a couple Madness Enablers. The Rats could be decent. Acre Slick. I could also put in alternate creatures, but and these are also very fragile. This is good against green, so I'll play against green. Remind me to board that in. Anyway, that is the deck. I will see you in round 1. Alright, welcome to round 1. We are on the play. Yes, so things I'll do for this format. It seems weird. I'll pop out the graveyards and pop out the exiled. If I draw a green source, this can be good. Otherwise, it's not very good. It's very expensive. All my expensive stuff. I'll keep this, I think. It's not the best, but I will keep it. And I'll put that as Infiltrator. Gemstone Cavern. Alright. So when this comes into play, you can exile a card from your hand if you're not on the play, and it comes into play, you can produce any mana you want, but you have to exile a card. Excuse me. So my opponent is waiting to exile a card from their hand. As long as it's not bugged, they have to do that. So it seems like you're ahead by playing first, or playing second, but you're also down 1 card from your hand. And inside exiles Simian Spirit Guide. So this person is trying to combo off. Not the best card to play, Simian Spirit Guide. If you're really trying to get there, I guess, but... okay, Rift Elemental. I'm just going to play this Chalice on 2, I think. Maybe we'll play this guy. Alright. I can play Chalice on 4. I guess on 2, on 1, whatever. Pay 4 for it. So be careful. I have to check when you cast this. It might cast it for 0, so make sure, excuse me, you right click on cards to cast them. This guy was better, I think, in the original Time Spiral. There's a lot fancier suspend things. I think they kind of nerfed this, what is suspended now. Alright, this guy's definitely in the same pot as us. Well, that doesn't really help me too much. Cast with multi-kicker for 2. So there's not as many utility lands, so it doesn't do that much. So you're sacking your own lands to get just another one of the lands out. And if you're splashing this card, there's only so many forests and plains you can put in your deck. So right now it looks like a red-white deck splashing another Reliquary. I could have put it on my deck too, so you can definitely tell this guy was in the same pot as me. I also don't like how they up rarity some of the cards. This was a rare in the original one, and they made it mythic. I could understand the reason for it. It's kind of a mythic thing, and there was no mythic back then, so it could have been a mythic card. So he just wants to value out his planes for something else. But oh no, I was gonna say if I draw a swamp, I just Icar Slick that guy. But I have this guy. I forgot about that. As long as it doesn't kill it. Don't kill my sliver. Okay, he did not. So cost 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll cycle this by paying 2. Madness. Target this guy. Pay black. So it looks like he's trying to do Storm. Let's empty the Warrens. He didn't even use the ability. Ooh, got a swamp. Okay, now we're doing decent. Yeah, this guy fixes for you. I forgot about that. So we're doing a lot better. It's not too crazy here. He's 2 cards left in hand. He's got a 2/2 and a 1/1. We're about to block a little bit. Another trick with this guy, I could show you. Just untap a creature. Oh, looks like he's storming off. Yeah. It's a little. Oh, nope. Just replaying it. That was odd. So let's do this. Tap this for green. I can untap this guy by returning this. Play this. Now I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's cast this guy. I think, right? 4, 5, 6. Oh, I have 7 mana. So, yeah, I'll just cast this guy right now. I can cast Mirbo as well, but I'm worried about that guy possibly dying. I'll do it anyway, I think. He doesn't have swamps. But another trick that if you don't notice, he tries to kill it during his turn. I can untap this guy and then regenerate it. So it's more tricks with his Script Ranger with creatures with tap abilities. He just bounced that guy to give him vigilance. Okay, Rift Bolt is an annoying card. He just suspended it, so it could have it empty the Warrens in hand. Oh, nope, he just went to pump. Okay. Targeting what? Yep. Let's see if he notices the trick. He does not. Or if he could notice it. I'm going to block this guy, I think. He can also return this to his hand if he really wants. That was a weird play there. I guess he gets a scry in. And he gets F6. More tricks with the Script Ranger. And he also could have green in his deck as well with his Night Splash. So this could be an unblockable guy. So right now, it's Judge Unworthy. Greater Gargadon is his card. Wow, that is a unique one. Attack. That's just on top of his library, though. I'll play a 4/4. I guess I could do this again. I'm not doing much else with the mana. And it gives me another land to play anyway. Another body on the board. Target myself. I don't want to ramp him or anything like that. He could need a green. He has a green already, never mind. Could need 2 green, right? But it ramps me up. Sitting good. He could have a Gargadon coming out. But to play it anytime soon, he'll have to sack his whole board. Oh no, he has this Rift Elemental. That could be bad for me. So Gargadon is suspended. So we could get 2 counters off with the Riff Elemental. Yeah, that could be a problem. But if I get the Agent going, I start just chumping the Gargadon a whole bunch. He has 1 card in hand. A new Drew Gargadon. It's something else. Turn off auto yields. What is his last card? Is Shivan Meteorite. Okay. No attacks. Attack, 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 attack. So still 2 turns before it's used, unless he does that. Yep. Just play a land, pass the turn. So yeah. He can Shivan Meteorite, probably my Ancient. I just made fun of this guy not being able to do anything. All of a sudden, he can do a whole bunch with it. He can play land. He's going to take some time counters off things. Yep. Kill my Ancient, most likely. Yep. Can't do anything about that. I need my Harmonize. Does not want to attack. I will attack. Would you like to block, sir? Does not block. Still has no cards in hand. Play a Forest. He can move 2 counters from it if he wants. He's still a ways away from doing anything. I can also block an Infinite with Mirror Boa. So yeah, this is a very annoying card to play against. Also like nerfs removal, because you just sack it, take a counter off it. There were a couple other big ones for each color. There's one that made an unblockable guy, that if opponent played a spell, it took a counter off it. There's another guy that had fear, that if your opponent had anything on the graveyard, took a counter off it. So I think he's trying to go to sack out, maybe. Nope. Nope, he's not the smartest, is he? Wait, cancel, tap, regeneration shield on this. Untap, returning this. Yeah, he just noticed his mistake. He thought he was going to get a whole bunch of damage in, but nobody pays attention to the untap abilities on their turn. Alright, so mono red splashing some weird stuff. I don't think I want any of these other things. I have enough creature removal, I think. He had 1 green card, so it's not really a green deck. Has some red stuff. Jailer doesn't do anything. Grub doesn't do anything. It's tendrils, but I don't think I need tendrils. I'll just run it back. I could put another Harmonize in, I guess. But we also mulliganed. We did pretty decent for mulliganing. Wow. This isn't very good. None of my early drops. The earliest one is a Stronghold Rats. Again, I have to mulligan. It's really weird. I'll keep this. Yeah. It's not very good again. My deck is just not coming off very well. Yep, pop these things out. Well, that is actually semi-combo with this guy, but I have to wait like 3 turns for that guy to play and then actually hit. Opponent could just be ramping here. Here's his green, so he's missing a lot of green in the last game. Now he has nothing but green. Discarding, making elves. Oh, that's a good draw. I like having 2 drops. If you notice, it makes Lenoir Elf tokens that are just Lenoir Elves that are awesome. Uh, that is not the original art, I don't think. Original art's like a zoomed in face. Well, this is red. You want to discard more cards to make 1/1s? Nope. Okay. What else you got? Nope. Nope. So we play this, and then I can Madness in this thing. Madness is if you're discarded, you can just play it for its Madness cost. Attack with that guy? I'll take 1. You successfully turned a brute force into a 1/1 creature. I think he could trade to make another 1/1, so I'm going to pass. If he just wants to pump out some bunch of 1/1s, then I'll do too much against me. Once I get this Cluse out here. Again, it's fine, but it only makes 1/1 elves. So if you're discarding all the cards in your hand to make elves, then it doesn't do too much as well. So you got a plains out of his deck. Search for a plains. So 3 cards in hand. Ones and plains. What else you got? Plays your plains. Get your knight out. I didn't see too much removal from him either, besides the Shivan meteorites. But he could have something right here, obviously. This guy also does not make mana, he just makes skies that make mana. He should have blocked the guy next turn. Pyrosaur, okay. No, not worried about that. You can block it. This is a 5/5 for 4, which is pretty good, but you can only use basic mana. So you can't use this Lenoir Elves to cast this guy, which you might have tried to do last turn, which would have been hilarious. Yeah, I will take 1. You got it. Well, I'm going to make him discard as well, which is pretty decent. I can also discard Ickerslick to kill something. But getting my opponent help would also be neat. So when this hits as Shadow, Machine's going to block and block creature with a Shadow. But when it hits, everybody discards. My opponent is currently tapped out. Hypergenesis, that is a weird one. I'll point that out just a second. What Hypergenesis does. But I'll get a 2/4 that is hard to block as well. So Hypergenesis is, again, it's an upscaled to a mythic. Suspend 3. It has no mana cost, so you can only suspend it. So after 3 turns of suspension, it'll be played, and each person can put a permanent from their hand, basically a non-planeswalker for this one, from your hand into play. So you just play all the permanents from your hand. So for me, I could play nothing, but if he has big creatures, you can play them. 6 mana. It's 5 mana maybe. What's he trying to play? Maybe he realizes this guy can't make mana, or he wants to attack first with the Pyrosaur. I could draw a forest off the top would be nice. That is not a forest. Still think I'm going to discard this Ickerslick just to get some value. It's not doing too much by itself anyway. And your opponent just discard as well. Discards a Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This guy's cards. Or Wheel of Fate, not Wheel of Fortune. So this thing is suspend 4. Then when it gets cast, because you can't play it for 0, each player discards a hand and draws 7th card. This was also upscaled to a mythic. So 2 mythics that he's opened with suspend. Hypergenesis is not a very good card. It's also banned in Modern. It's not really played in Legacy. It's too slow. Did he... Alright, he did not sack his Greater Gargadon. He could have sacked the elf to that, which he did not do. Alright, I'll probably just discard the Ancient, maybe. I can't play it. See what my opponent discards. I could discard this Harmonize as well, but I kind of want the Harmonize. Discard this Ancient, which I can't play, unfortunately. Opponent discards. Feather? What is he playing? It's a time-shifted card. I'd call him time-shifted or old border. When it gets targeted with something, you exile it. I think, right? Anything. Instant or sorcery, any creature get targeted, exiles, and return to your hand. He is splashing Feather in his red-green deck. It's a very hard card to splash. Keeps a card in hand. Very interesting. Yeah, I'll probably discard this Chalice now. Chalice could probably get me to Factory, though. I want to make Factory stuff. Yeah, I'm going to discard Assassinate here. I got a couple blockers. If I get Chalice going, Brute Force. Cast a multi-kicker for 2. Just helps me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one more land, I can start activating my Urza's Factory, which makes 2/2 creatures for 7. Okay, played a land. He was desperate for lands before. Riddle with lightning. Yep, finally killed his creature. So unfortunately, he's destroying this rats. It's just a 2/1, but made him discard all the cards in his hand. And it's to try something at the top to kill it. So it has to be at least a 1 on the top. He's look at the top 3 cards, put one of them on top, the rest on the bottom or on top. It deals damage. Neither Reliquary. Not the best card, but that's what he wants. So Forest would be amazing here. I'd really like a Forest. Sure. So he's Hellbent. I can Slave. I think I'm going to wait to enslave his Knight of the Reliquary that he plays next turn. Get in for 2. He can obviously just sack it to the Gargadon. He could go all in on the Gargadon right now too, if he wants, which would be neat. Just sack out, play the Knight, sack a bunch of stuff to the Gargadon. Could be an option. He could see that as an out. I can just enslave the Gargadon. He did not do it. So I might wait for the Gargadon then to enslave, because he can just sack the Knight if he wants. Okay, that's good. Then I'll just pass. So again, there's not too many utility lands, and if he wants to fix with this, it's really hard, unless you're playing a white-green deck to fix. Obviously, okay, well, that was his draw, his Dryad Arbor. Then he could sack out, just sack 3 permanents. 1, 2, 3, or 3, or something like that. You can also grow his Knight by sacking 3 lands. He could have got his Dryad Arbor from the Knight. That was his 1 utility land he could have got. So I wanted a big mana, so I played my Urza's Factory, so that's what I got. Another land. Do I have any more discard outlet things? I think I do. Okay. Let's see if I can entice him to turn off auto yields. Entice him to sack out for the Gargadon. He could sack 3 things, get the Gargadon, and play right now if he wanted. He does not. He's playing very conservative for somebody who's losing here. A very common thing, especially when this was out, was just sack your board to get this guy out as quickly as possible. A 9/7 with haste can be very difficult to deal with. He's gonna attack with a knight. No, I didn't think so. Meanwhile, I'm just pumping out guys. If I ever draw a forest, wow. Yeah, I'll suspend this guy. Pass the turn. Wow, of all the things. Oh, he had a card in hand. Didn't realize he did not play his land. Ooh, look at that. He's growing his little knight here. Now sack. Nope, did not want to sack. I guess he can do it now. I'll sack one card now. Once I enslave this guy, once he plays it, he's going to concede the match. Enslave is such a beating. Especially with a big card like this. And I can just sit back. This guy is actually a lot better in this format than the original format. It was not very good in the original format. The madness effect was harder to figure out. Oh, nice. No attacks either. It's hard to figure out, or harder to get work in your deck properly. Looks a lot better in this one. Well, there's another card to kill things. I won't play this land. I guess I will. Just pass. Maybe he doesn't realize you can just sack something. Maybe I think he doesn't realize that. You can sack whatever you want that's on your board to remove counters from it. I killed something earlier. He didn't sack to it. He's not sacking it now. He's just waiting for it to slowly grind down. Maybe you think it's an activability of it. So, who knows? I got infinite blockers with this Urza's Factory. No, maybe not infinite. I got a lot of blockers. Yep. I can steal his knight. That won't do too much. Block the Gargadon, steal his knight. Uh-oh, what's he got? Shivan Meteorite. Yep. One card in hand. I can kill something and slave the other thing. I think I'll just kill this guy. I'll just chump block. If draw a forest next turn would be awesome as well. Come on, forest. One time, forest. That's not a forest. There's a card though I can play, which can get me to 2 green. Next, these are 2/2s as well, so blocks his other guys. He's reading the card, realizing that he's about to lose. Let's see, there's one card, some type of blink effect. Okay. If he splashed momentary blink in his deck, that'd be amazing. I'm still trying to figure out feather in this deck. Unless he's dedicated red-white deck, it's so hard to get the mana to work in this format. If you haven't noticed, there are things to fix mana. Gemheim Sliver, Broker is a hard one. Search for Tomorrow, another green card, but they're all green though, so it's very hard to splash double color. So he obviously has it now, but it's so late. Just hard cast a Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. Also very not a good card to play. Do not recommend Simian Spirit Guide. He's going to slowly start losing life to the Enslave. This is a great card. Mind Control. Oh, look at that. Mind Control plus deal damage to your opponent. I'll just attack both these guys. If he wants to trade his monkey or his spirit ape, I'm happy. What? Jump with that guy. You have all these other mana works. Do you have a oh, I could have that justice card. So his last card is that justice thing. Okay. Or not. Wait, still playing it? That's an odd card too to splash. Yeah, judgment worthy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This has to be a 3 or more. It's just possible to find 3 or more. You have 3 chances, similar to the riddle with lightning. He found it 3 or more. The problem is it doesn't kill it, so I can kill the rest of his guys. So in a way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 with my enslave. He has no cards in hand, so I think I'm pretty safe to play this guy. Now I'm drawing all my forests, which I don't need. Yeah, I just scoop it up. Alright, well, that was very interesting round 1. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys in round 2. Alright, welcome to round 2. We are currently up a match. I'd like to play first. Yes, please. So we can get some good cards to start with, and we did not. Wow, this deck does not start well. So every game we've mulliganed so far. I'll keep this. I'll put back one of these swamps, hoping to draw another forest again. Opponent also mulligan. P mulligan too. Do I have a reason to play one or the other? I do not. Alright, most likely Rebels. Alright, that's a good card. So this Trespasser will help work with Dark Withering. I can play this on 3, number on Spider on 4. Wing Escape's a good card as well. Ooh, should I play that though? I don't need that mana right now, so I'll just play this Trespasser. Wing is a good card too. It comes to play, it bounces something, anything. Bounce lands, bounce your own stuff. It can bounce itself. I think it can bounce itself. If we really want to. So I'm going to play this, I think. I'm going to discard this. I think I know that card, but just in case. It's always Willbender, by the way. Always Willbender. Wow, Shaper Parasite is a good card to kill. Give me a second to, I'll put a counter on this. Attack with this guy. So this guy morphs for 3, so play it face down for 3 mana. Pay 2 and a blue to flip it up, and give something +2, -2, or -2, +2. So it's kind of a blue creature spell, or kill spell, which is very good. Ooh, Crystal Shard. That's a good one. There goes my guy. Okay, you got me. You have got me. I'll say black. Play this. Play this. Maybe I shouldn't have played that. That was dumb. Because he can also Crystal Shard his own guy, which is quite annoying. So he's going to Crystal Shard this guy, bounce this thing. Yeah. I am misplaying this round. Yep, I got it. No, that's really annoying too. Yeah, Crystal Shard's a very annoying card. Make a creature return to the hand unless they pay 1. This costs 6 to do that. So I'm going to do this now. Because he can't Crystal Shard his creature back. White main line. Well, this is just a bounce deck, so I'm just going to bounce everything I have. Awesome. I'll probably not be able to keep a permanent down. So just flood the board with permanents. I can never tap out. That doesn't do much. 5, 6, 7, so 3. play this guy. So he didn't have any mana up to use his Crystal Shard, so I was able to do this. He's going to bounce it with Riftwing's Cloudscape, obviously, but... So I cannot tap out here and put a counter on this. Unfortunately. Slave. So I'm going to suspend this guy. Play this guy. Then I can madness this guy in. It's kind of annoying as well. Yeah, even Mind Sensor. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked. His land. Is his Cloudscape coming down next turn? Wow, that Crystal Shard is going to really get me. Block here. He's just going to bounce something. Yeah, I'll just trade if he wants to. Yeah. Just figure out how to get around that Crystal Shard. That doesn't help me. So again, he can just bounce my spider, but I have a 4/4 at least. You have to leave 2 mana up for this, because you can do it after my turn and his turn. Yep. Remember when I said I'm going to have issues because I don't have anything that kills enchantments or artifacts? That is going to be the problem right there. Just a bunch of flyers. And he can bounce his Riftwing to his hand and replay it. Okay. Now that is a very, very annoying deck. It's good, it's fun, but very annoying. Alright, what do we have against that deck? Maybe Tendrils, it's instant speed. I don't think Spellburst is what we want. None of those cards do anything. That makes a Shroud token, but doesn't do anything else besides that. What do I not want? I don't mind these. Assassinate probably is not what I want then. I'll put Tendrils in. Instant speed removal. That'll get him. Yeah. White Mane Lion was a very popular card back in that set too with the Boros decks. We also mulligan if you remember last time, so I'll keep this. It could be fine. So we have this mulligan like every game almost. We don't mulligan, we do a lot better. Okay, suspend. You always have suspend. Ooh, that could be good. So I'll probably play the Dryad next turn as opposed to the Relic. Relic rants me up almost as much. Oh, yeah. Ooh, maybe I'll play that guy. That draws me a card. He's going to get a Shade, which isn't too scary with only 1 planes out. Another Riftwing Cloudscape. Wow. But I draw a card. Mireboa is not really what I want. We play this for 1. Excuse all my noises if you hear all that stuff. Yes, So I have a bunch of creatures that have abilities, so he doesn't necessarily want to bounce any of these. If he bounces a chalice, I'm fine with that as well. So his shade's coming down. Again, not too scary. He only has one plane, so he's very short on mana here, but these Rift Wings are going to be a little annoying. Can trade for the shade, I think. See what he has. He could have a white main line as well. But that would bounce the shade, and that's not really where he wants to be. Just remember, whatever whenever I play, he's going to bounce my hand. So I'm going to play a bunch of little things. So it'll probably be the Stronghold Rats he bounces. Which isn't too bad. I could have played playing the Ancient is all in one, so this kind of spreads out my threats here. Stuck on mana, bounce the rats. Yep. He found his third land. Okay, that's a decent one. That blocks a lot. Yep, I'm just playing stuff out now. There's a reason to play that. No. A lot of mana, but he has all flyers. They just block me all day long. Yeah, these cards are just amazing. Riftwing Cloudscape. I first pick this all the time. Two of them, and he basically built his deck around it. Yeah, I'm jealous. I am jealous of him. Come into play, bounce anything, suspend for 2. It's featured in almost every cube that you see. It's such a good card. Found another land. It's not only sitting pretty. There, I'm not too worried about that. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Green. That's kind of pointless. I'll just attack this guy though. Make him discard. He has a bunch of flyers though, so I'm going to die these flyers quite quickly. Let's get something going. Make him discard as well. Yep, 3 turns, kind of 2 turns with this, or 4 turns. This guy's going to die a couple turns. Path to Exile? Wow. Yeah, I guess I'll get another land on my deck. I can also draw a bunch of, of my removal. Drawn all my little creatures. No removal yet. This guy just has the nut deck. Wow. Riftwing, 2 Riftwings, a path. This guy's pretty decent too. He has the shard, crystal shard. He is sitting really good. Just attack for a whole bunch again. Yep. Put a counter on it. Alright. I know what that is, obviously. Oh no, Fathom Seer? Ooh, that's kind of a bold move. Something. That is not something. It's not what I want. So I need Harmonize into 2 removal spells. Maybe I might have a chance. He has 5 cards in hand. One of them is a landing, and just two. Yeah, he just drew 2 more cards and a white main line. Okay, yep, you got it. Wow, that deck was the nuts. Yeah, these cards, it's impossible to beat. They get so much tempo value off these. A 2/2 flying haste bouncer thing, and then you build your deck around it, and a path too. Oh wow, yeah. My deck did not perform well at all that match. Anyway, I'll see you in round 3. Welcome to round 3. We are 1-1. Pop these out. I will keep this. Finally, a keep. So I might play. I don't have a second forest yet. I've been really slacking on forest lately. Blue deck. Wait, did I say? Okay, I just kept. I thought I had to play first. Wow, I am going crazy. I'm gonna say I might leave the archers instead of the boa here because I might have a removal spell. And boa could have more value if he's playing black. So blue black is a popular combination. Blue white is another one. And it could be anything now. It could even be a boat. So I'll play the Miraboa then, because it's harder to block. Well, getting all my swamps. It's good for my tendrils that I have in the sideboard. I'm still blown away at that last match. Wow, that is my dream to have a balanced tempo deck like that in this format. If I ever open Riftwing Cloudscape, get some of the flicker cards, Momentary Blink. Wow, that'd be amazing. Get that Fencer that was in there. Yeah, Vencer's double blue though, so it's hard to splash and play with. This guy's really good as well. So it's 1 in a blue for 1/1. Pay 2 in a blue. Discard a card, sack a land. Look for 2 basic lands and put them into play untapped. So it's a blue mana fixer. So this is really good for blue mana fixing. So he has black. He has something to kill. Okay, he did not have anything to kill. Well, there's a second green. Do this. And now Mariboa is unblockable. So he's playing Madness, most likely. So Little Core, when he deals damage, discard a card. So he's going to play Madness cards a lot. Blue-black is very Madness heavy. So it needs another black, I think. There's not too much blue Madness cards, per se. There's a lot of black Madness. Let's do this so I can F6. A lot of black Madness. Can't think of any blue ones off the top of my head. So a bunch of red and black, I think, is what they put the Madness colors in. Blue has a lot of abilities from graveyards and whatnot. Yeah, he has a Madness card he's playing. Dark Withering. This card is really good too. It's also featured in various cubes. It's just a looter. So looter is deal damage or draw a card, discard a card effect. The first one was Merfolk Looter, which is a tap ability that did it. Very popular. I love Merfolk Looter. I think it first appeared in one of the Urza sets. Yeah. Bigger Slick. Probably target my Mariboa if he knows how it works. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That happens. It happens. It happens. Not another land, hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that. Play this. I'll tack into this thing. There's nothing else threatening. The Madness decks, not too much. And it kind of gets off the board. See if he values it. So he got his value out of it, fixed his land. But this guy in play is also very valuable. You can strip all the basic lands out of your deck and just drawing nothing but gas. You have to discard some cards though, but that's okay. Magus of the Future. Well, I gotta kill that next turn. You can just play cards off top of your library. It's pretty decent. Yep, definitely killing that. Unfortunately, I can't Madness it, right? Cost 6. I could play this for 2, though. This could draw him like 3 cards a turn, basically. I do not want that to happen. 4C is a good card on top of his deck as well. 3 cards in hand. 4C. Discards a land. What else he got? Yeah, he's sitting pretty now. 6 land. He's good. Mira the Cursed. Okay. Deals combat damage to a creature. Wow, this is impossible to kill. I can't block it. That's first strike. Deals combat damage. It comes a 4/3. It's pretty good too. I do not like that new art. Yeah, that's not the card I wanted. Not the card I wanted. Well, let's just try to race, I guess. Which I can't do. I'm out of gas. I've tapped out. Discard a Crookshank Transmuter. So it doesn't have any lands in hand, obviously. So this kind of races here. He's dealing 4. I'm dealing 6, ideally. Mirror is a cool card. That was in Plane Chase. Plane Chase was second set, I think. Yeah, the way it happened back in the day was Time Spiral was a big set, then 2 small. Well, that's a good card for him. 2 small sets. He was in a small set. Future Sight was also in that format, but wow, this guy's deck. Oof. Yeah. Unless I draw something good off the top. Drawing nothing but land now. Flooding out. I got 8 lands. A Chalice. Not looking good here. Not doing good, folks. But haste as well for this card. Very unique. Flying. Yeah. Black has a lot of flyers. First strike, I can see that too. And haste. I mean, these are all featured on black cards, but putting them all together in a black card. A Vampire Cat. I think there's a lore or something like that too. Like the world's going into chaos. Everybody's flipping around. Like Krovax is like good in this, but he went corrupt in the past or something. At least I'm seeing more of his deck. This is not a May ability either, if you're wondering. You have to do this ability. He has a Crystal Shard too, and he discarded Crystal Shard? Wow. Discarded that. I'm dead next turn. Oh, I'm dead to that as well. Slave is the one card I can think of. If he's just holding a counterspell, I can't win. Alright, well, I'm dead. Like, more ways than one. Yep. What was this card? Parasite. Wow. Whew, that guy has a really good deck as well. Kills all my stuff. Kind of want this Tendrils. This kills non-black cards. Kind of want that out there. Put Tendrils in. Kind of want to get this Harmonized in somewhere too. This Chalice is good, but do I need it? Dark Withering. Probably take one of those out. Because they don't kill black cards. They can still kill a lot of cards, but not black cards. That doesn't do anything. Jailer doesn't do anything. Grub. I don't know if we need that. 4/1. It's easy to kill for him. I'll stick with this. Maybe I can put something together. Yeah. I mean, last opponent has the perfect bounce deck. This person probably has one of a better Madness deck. People are figuring out the format quickly. Yeah, another downside about this format with the big sets is there's once people figure out the draft strategies, it's solved. The original Time Spiral, you can never figure it out. It was all over the place. Wow, this is terrible. Oh my god. Well, folks, that was it. We are done. We are finished. Scrib Ranger is decent as well. I guess put those back. Let's hope I can get there. Because I can block blue things. Play this guy. Can just suspend this next turn and keep up regeneration if I really need to. Doesn't kill it this turn. Okay, Looter is good. It's also common here. Oh, pop these out so you guys see those. I mean, Draw a land, we're not too far off of getting better. I can also do the trick with Scrib Ranger if I really need to. Of bouncing a land and playing a land. Get extra mana. Alright, that's Shaper Parasite. Obviously. Yeah, I think I'll just hold up Scrib Ranger. And play this guy. It still threatens something. Block this guy or something. Because you can just flip up and take out my Mirror Boa. If this is Fathom Seer, that's also fine for me, I'll trade. But it's Shaper Parasite. Yep. Yeah, this doesn't work, but I'll do it anyway. Just to show everybody. State base effects, well, it's not work. So I'll keep that until end of turn. But Shaper Parasite's gone. That's good for me. A little 2-for-1. That guy is so good. Discard a Looter or Infiltrator. You know, Flash is good next turn. I can use the ability to play an extra land in a way, so I can generate another mana on my turn through a land drop as well. It also has Pro Blue. This is kind of unique. Wow. Yeah. This guy has an insane madness deck going. He's got everything. Yep. Get back to your Parasite. That's why I wanted to trade, obviously. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to suspend this guy, I think. Just to get more threats down. I guess attack for 1. If he flips this guy up to try to kill him, try, I guess. Otherwise, just attack for 2. There's no reason to do anything else. This guy pretty knows what he's doing. Carrier has arrived. He's hit me for 5. Obviously, pretty good. He has 7 cards in hand, too. Yeah. Mulligan did not help me. Dark Withering, of course. Yep, just has it all. Has it all. I would have saved that, though, for Dusk Wasp, but obviously has something else designed for the Dusk Wasp. The Looter. Trapper. Lots of good things. Lots of good things. That does not help. That does not help. That does not help. I have not seen this guy as often. I used to get this guy all the time in previous drafts. In the past, but yeah, 5, 6, 7, 2-turn clock. I can't kill him next turn. He's just going to madness 2 more things out. Nope. So I gotta keep something back to block one of these guys, I think. But you can just tap both of them. Yeah, I can't attack. I mean, I could play Harmonize too, but I need 2 blockers just to do. No, he can just kill me. Yep. I'm dead on board as well. He can just flip this guy to kill something. GG's, sir. GG's. Okay. Well, that was a miserable last match. I did not enjoy that at all. The second match was fun. I liked his deck. The first match, it was unique. My deck was definitely not very good. Tell me what you think. Tell me what I did good or bad, maybe. Tell me I suck. I don't care. But thanks for watching.